Well, good day, Miller Family Farm Channel. Today we got a special treat for you. We were asked a bunch of questions about what kind of chickens to get for a backyard egg-laying chickens or for meat birds. And that's a tough question because there's chickens that are created for meat only, and then there's chickens created for eggs only. And sometimes it's difficult to get chickens there for both. But I would say this, with a little research, I think you should do that too, you'll quickly find that probably the Leghorn will meet both your needs. Leghorn chickens are the ones that lay all the white eggs and are probably the most common chicken for production eggs in the country, USA. So they're great for backyard. They're inexpensive. They're available everywhere. Tractor Supply, and we'll put a couple links down below where you can get them inexpensively. You can get them as low as like 10 chicks at a time, and somewhere around the $3 range actually delivered to your local post office. So you're not going to do any cheaper than that. Do they take a lot of room? No, they don't. They don't take a lot of room. If you're doing 10, 12 chickens, you can really build something really great, small, doesn't take up your whole yard, and is manageable for a backyard type situation for either egg laying or for meat production. Your choice, or both. Grow half your flock for laying eggs and the other half of the flock for meat production. One of the best things about the Leghorn, the white Leghorns or the brown Leghorns, is that they lay about one egg a day. That's why they're production egg layers that most of the big box stores, Walmart, Publix, wherever you shop at, mostly those white eggs are Leghorns. And people may say, well, then I don't want commercial production chicken eggs. But it's not the chicken, it's what you feed it. So if you're keeping it in a dark, packed area with no movement and just standing in manure, you're probably going to get the nastiest, cheapest eggs possible. However, if you're feeding them really great food, have them out on grass in your yard, your backyard, with plenty of space to range, and feeding them non-GMO organic foods, you're going to get the best quality eggs and a lot of them. So we're in St. Petersburg right now, and we're like, okay, well, let's just build right from scratch a backyard system, and we'll videotape the whole thing so that people can really get how little space this takes and how easy it is to set up. But we didn't want chickens just wandering around the yard, so we want to fence that in, as you can see right here, right there. Fence it in to take care of the chickens without utilizing a bunch of the yard space, and still giving the chickens plenty of room to grow. So we put up some fence here a few months ago, and this fence was inside of this building. This fence that we used to make the chicken run was inside of this building, and so we're just like, well, we could build this chicken run for practically nothing because we already have some scrap materials. So we had some tall fence that we put in next to the shed, and we had some short fence that we just put as the gate. This took about maybe an hour to build. No, maybe 2 hours to build it together. And it was really just a $20 fence kit. And we used 2x4s to screw into the current fence. 4x4s for the gate because you want the gate to swing easily. And that's it. Ooh, there's one of the chickens. They know my voice already. They come out and say hello to me. And this is a little space. This is about 12 foot wide, about 12 foot long, and around the corners about 5 foot wide and 6 foot long. So very little space, and this space was never used. We owned this property for 20 years and was never used behind the shed. It's more of a overgrown area that just was kind of neglected. So this was a perfect place to utilize for chickens. So where did we find our chicks? Hi guys. So we went on, I think it was Craigslist or Facebook, and I'll show you shortly when we edit this video. And we just put in chickens for sale, and these chickens were born July 7th, so about 5 weeks ago they were born. And they had them for sale. They had to buy a minimum of 10, but they only wanted 3 chickens. So they were selling these 3 other ones, basically for what they bought for them. They paid $2.89 a piece for them. So it was kind of cool. I said, okay, I'll give you $3 a piece for them because they fed them for 5 weeks. And anybody that has raised chicks to feathered chickens, one of the problems is that that you have some loss on young life. So I liked it that they're 5 weeks old. They kind of hide behind these logs here. These are our shiitake mushroom logs, and they just produce outrageous. We'll do a video on that. But so let's get these little fellows running around here. Now, one thing about leghorns is they're not the friendliest birds. They're as you could tell, they don't like being picked up. They run. They're known to be flighty. So one of the things we're going to do here when they get a little bit older is we're going to get some netting and just attach it to this roof over to the fence here and all the way around. So it's only 12 foot. We went on the internet and found some netting that we can easily put up here. So we're just going to put some 2x4 posts up here and then put the netting on top to keep these flighty birds in here. But I don't think that should cost too much. So far, the wood was free because we had it laying around. You might have to buy a couple sections of fence. We paid $20 for the hinge gate hardware and a couple hours of our time, and we literally drove less than a mile down the road and picked up our friends here. So all in all, about 3 hours, and these guys are, as you can see, they're chowing. They're eating their chicken starter feed. And we'll put links down below for the chicken starter feed that is non-GMO organic. So leghorns, again, the really cool thing about them is that they lay an egg almost every day. When we did our research on these, they're really prolific egg layers, 320 eggs averagely per year. But most people say that it's every day, white eggs. So we're, they're great for egg laying. They're okay, 2 to 3 pounds, sometimes 4 pounds if you're growing them for meat birds. Or maybe if you're going to buy 10 and you don't want to have that many eggs, if you're not going to sell them to your neighbors or something like that, then maybe grow half of them for meat birds and the other half for your egg layers. Would be a good thing to do. What we're going to do is we're going to get a rooster here shortly. And you might say, where do we get roosters? But we've already checked out. A lot of places in St. Petersburg don't allow you to have a rooster. You can have chickens in your backyard, but you can't have roosters because they make too much noise. So a lot of people give them away. So when these guys are at egg-laying age, somewhere around 12 to 16 weeks, and the first one drops an egg, we're going to get a rooster and put it in with them, a leghorn rooster. And the reason for that is that we have a little hatchery, a 20-egg hatchery, and so we're just going to sell chicks. We'll just, keep an ad up on Facebook Marketplace and or Craigslist and say, chicks available, $3.50 a piece, local growing, non-GMO, organic fed, and give us a deposit, and then 21 days later our incubator will finish and we'll give you your chickens. So that's what we're going to do. We want it for the organic eggs. I guess we can't call them organic, but I can call it whatever I want if I'm eating them. But organic eggs, I eat 4 eggs every morning, sunny side. So these guys will give me more than enough eggs for that and some extras, and we'll use the extra for creating chicks for sale to other people that are interested in backyards. So if you're in the greater Tampa Bay area watching this video and you want some chickens, just email me down below. or just leave it in the message below the YouTube video here that you would like some chicks, and then as soon as we can get to that, we'll email you back and let you know when. So I hope this video has been very informative, and as always, you guys, we need subscribers, and you can help us out just by simply subscribing. We do everything outdoors. We do side-by-sides, riding in the country on state land. We do 4x4 pickup trucks. We do live farm animals. We do prepping land for a farm. We teach you how to find land, how to sell land, everything outdoors. So if you love the outdoors like we do, subscribe now. You'll really help us a lot. And when you subscribe, we love people to actually not just subscribe and don't say or do anything, but actually contribute. Put, helpful notes down below in the description area to help other farmers that are interested in the same thing. So thank you. Thank you for making a difference and subscribing now. Thank you for contributing down below, and welcome to the Miller Family Farm channel. The best things about having a backyard chickens is that they eat everything from your house. So rather than composting it and then waiting for it to compost, like literally feed it to the birds as a food source to make your eggs or meat birds, and they will just eat everything. I had some old organic lettuce mix. I threw half a box in there. They devoured it. I ate pistachios, and these guys were pecking at the little pile of pistachios for a while and just like devoured that. And oh, you need to get grit for them. I'll put it in a link down below. Between the chick starter feed and the egg layer feed, we're going to be giving them grit with probiotics in it, which will really help them get off to a good start. The probiotics will help their digestion system be able to, digest everything you feed them. So it's pretty cool. Let's, I got some more pistachios here. Let's go throw those in the, I call them the compost heap pile, but there's a big pile in the corner of the chicken run here that I just throw everything and they know where to get it. Watch this. Here you go, fellas. So the great thing about these is whatever you have, you can literally just feed it to your birds, and they will just devour it and thank you for it. So you never have any scraps that are not useful. These birds will eat it all. And that makes it the best kind of composting in my book, is to be able to feed all this stuff that you used to have to wait to convert into compost. It goes in, drops out as eggs and or poop, and that poop is then put in the compost pile too, and it breaks down very quickly.